taking it to the big screen. Let's take a look here. A couple things that y'all need to see. A couple things y'all need to know. Through PFF, Trevor Lawrence since week 9, 1,300 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions, 71.8% completion percentage, 111 passer rating. The boy is him. He's him. And he's arrived. He is here. My guy is killing it. And Jag fans should be happy about that because he earned that shit. And I mean, what a difference leadership makes, right? Like, you get a coach who knows what the fuck he's doing, and things should go along as planned.
Right.
And that's what's happening right now for the Jags. Now, also, got a little bit of film because we know they won the game, but let's see how they won the game. And we're going to look at some O-line play as well. But this is a minute and 24 seconds, and it's of just throws that Trevor Lawrence was making. And I mean, these throws are on the money each and every time. Goodness gracious. So they got 2x2 here, one running back. I'd also like to mention, note that somebody clearly saw our breakdown on their film last week, because I saw some distinct changes in the way somebody was playing compared to what we've seen in past film. And I like to think that it's because he saw another old lineman break his shit down. Somebody in the locker room was like, "Hey, yo, check this out, cuz," and showed him the way we were laughing and pointing and just critiquing the hell out of his piss poor play.
Yeah, call it what it was.
Call it what it was. And hopefully that sparked a little motivation into him to stay a little bit longer after practice and work on some of his drills. We'll take a look at 74 here as we go along, but let's take a look at what Trevor Lawrence was doing out there. Now, protection here it's good, it's solid. I mean, it was collapsing, but he had enough time to set and get a quick throw out, and that's on him, really. Okay. His hands are still not, that's not what when you talk about having your hands ready, this is not necessarily what I mean, because as he's setting, this is just, you're at a disadvantage when you set like this. Like, you have nothing, you know what's showing to that defender? Your whole chest. Right. Now he can think of moves he wants to make, because you have, and now look at this is what we call efficiency of motion, right? So as a lineman, I want to have my hands up in a boxing position so that the only motion I have to make to stunt this pass rush is this motion. Yep. With both hands or with one hand or 1-2, like boxers. I mean, you can do it different ways, different areas to grab, but I want to be able to go from here to here, and that's it. I don't want to do all this and do all that. And look at how this is actually a good swipe down that he does here. But he has to go from his waist over his head and back down, and he has to time that right. Now, this defender he's not helping himself. He goes in for a quick hand swipe, misses, and he's leaning, so he falls forward and he swipes him down. That's a clever thing to do, but that's not something that works all the time against top tier talent.
You might get away with that once or twice in the game.
Yeah, tops. You're not going to get away with that against somebody who's really, understands how to attack your hands. Now, I would say, looking at my right tackle here, this is what you want to, that's how you want to set, really, in his positioning. He's inside out on this guy. Now, again, I would be like, dude, get your back up a little bit, like stop, you're bent over a little bit too much there. Straighten, bow that back up a little bit, get them hands up. He's got one hand here for presence, which is a good idea. And now, if he sticks this hand from right here to right there, he turns this dude's shoulder back up the field. But what happens here is,
oh no, come on.
He does the wax on, wax off. He goes around the outside of his arms to his pad, and just there's no force there by the time your hands land. No force at all. And that's why the defender doesn't really move. He's able to continue and counter with another pass rush move. Now our center here, or who is this? No, our right guard. Yeah. He's got the right idea with how he starts. You want to kind of stay where you are. You don't want to. It's hard to kind of explain this. It's like you want to pick him up and put him down.
Yeah, you don't want to go anywhere.
You don't want to go anywhere because
this guy's right where you want him.
And he's right where you want him. And look what he's doing. This dude is his angle is so rotated into you. It's easy to see for me. He's gonna try and cross your face. He's leaning into this damn near already. If he's gonna rush upfield, you can jump set him right there and shut him down, knowing if your quarterback is gonna be throwing it quick or not. Right there, and he slips on his foot. Flipped, going inside. But look, he actually is a smart D lineman. He continues with his counter move.
Yep.
Goes to his counter. Now, what he does here that gives him an advantage is he kind of got him with the slip. It kind of got him he overcommitted on trying to put pressure on him going to the inside, but he's countered his momentum and has got to the outside on him now. And now this is it's gonna be an exaggerated response from the guard because he now has given him a lane to the quarterback. Now that might be illegal hands to the face, but the ref doesn't see it. And now he's trying to rip through. He's late doing that. He should have did that the moment he turned this dude's hips. The moment he turned his hips right here, he should have been ripped already. This should be ripping right now because you got him. I mean, you got him by accident, and he overreacted to you a little bit. So it's kind of a hey, it's not really your fault, but he just took advantage of the situation as it was.
Yeah.
Because now, and I mean, he's got a clear path. This right here doesn't look good at all. We'll get to that. But this is look at that throw. I mean, that's a back shoulder. This motherfucker has no idea that he even threw the ball.
He's still running.
He's like, what the fuck? A Jags quarterback? On the money. Oh, he dropped it. You fucking dropped it. See, hey, look. I give these cats credit because they're playing above their weight in the receiving core right now, which is the truth. These guys are mostly possession receivers who are good at winning those kind of balls. Back shoulder, 50-50 up in the air ball. They're receivers that I think are good at that. But I mean, hell, dude, right here, it looked like he slipped, but I mean, that's supposed to be in the pocket right there. That's supposed to be in the pocket.
Can't do it
now, real quick. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about this right here, because this shit. Honestly, if I'm being dead ass right here, this should never happen.
Never.
This is a miscommunication on one of them not knowing what the protection is, because I have a hard time understanding why a guard would set out to the DN if there's nothing coming off the edge. And there's nothing coming off the edge here. So either he thinks they called he's sliding too far. Even if it was turn protection, you still want to stay right here for presence. You never want to go away.
No reason for him to just go out there and block no one.
Yeah, he doesn't need to take this lateral step. I mean, I would, as a guard, I would be right here. I would pick this foot up and put it right back down and just either hammer him with the shoulder and let the center come in to mesh with me, or get an arm up to keep him at length while the center gets in position. And if he rushes outside, then I just slide with him. But more than likely, because this is his gap, he's gonna try and play in there. This right here.
Look at the center's eyes.
This is a problem too.
I think he's either getting ready for the game,
yeah,
or he wants to be there. I think that's Simmons over the right guard. They're good interior.
Yeah, he's their good DT.
So they might have like a game plan thing, like, hey, even though we're sliding to the left, if nothing comes, I want to get back to the right. I want to get back to their better rusher. And this guy's just blocking it like it's, they're sliding out. Two jet out to the slot there.
Yeah. He's sliding like this is two jet. The running back is running off to the right. This shouldn't happen though. I mean, you have to feel the weight there, and by the time he's now paying attention to it, I don't know that he's paying now. You're split. It's too late. That's how quick it is. You're split. In the next frame.
Shit. Neither one of y'all gonna block me? I might as well just go up.
He said, "All right, bet." And so honestly, it held up long enough. So when you see stats that say that they're not giving up sacks, okay, but is this good pass protection? No, it's not. Because he's still, imagine if this dude's a microsecond faster and he hits the top of his shoulder as it's going backwards. Because that's what he's trying to do right there. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes.
One step faster in this pass rush, and the shoulder might be gone. And that's why I'm saying, I'm not trying to bash on cats because, I think he's trash, but I don't have nothing personally bashing against them to say these things. I'm saying it because I've been in all these positions. I've played at all these positions. I know what you're supposed to be doing. And these are the reasons why you don't want to lose a fucking shade, should not be splitting a center and a guard. Because that's the one time when some shit like that would happen and his shoulder gets fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
On the one time we screwed up a protection. And that's why they say it should never happen.
That guy is typically the worst rusher of the front four.
Yeah, this guy's the worst one. That's their best interior rusher. He could play at DN too. That's how much of a rusher he is.
He's a solid player.
He's the best rusher of all four of these guys, honestly. So they shouldn't be having a tough time with anybody really but him.
Right. Yeah, it looks like they just fell asleep right there. Didn't communicate properly.
Yeah, there's definitely was a communication issue with the guard and the center for sure.
But unlike any other position, you gotta pitch shutouts at O-line.
Yeah. On the O-line, you can't lose. The one you lose is the one that it's going to end up on the fucking sports center. You're like, oh, God, there it is.
Kick your dude's ass, for the 70 plays, but on play 71, he gets a sack. You got a shit game.
Sack, fumble, turnover, and now they got a chance to win it with a minute and 30 left.
Hey, and you can't really redeem yourself on the O-line.
And nope, there's no redeeming on that. There's no redeeming. They're going to talk about it. All right, so here we got what looks like 3-jet. Now, this is what I like to see right here. It's a small thing, but it is a thing that does make a difference. When you're vertical setting here, you don't want to take that hip away like that because now you're opening up a lane. Yeah. If you're going to vertical set, your guard is going to try to get as much on this guy as he can to try and, solidify that, but expecting that you're probably going to come off late to block your guy. You're going to have to come off to block this guy here because he is rushing. Unless he gains to the inside, then you can pass it back down. Now, in that case, they're kind of moving themselves on to different levels right here, don't you think?
Yeah, and I think 99's reading is he's kind of slow playing.
Like natural game in it?
Waiting for that natural, for that natural rub. And the way that 68, I think, is opening that hip, he's not doing himself any favors because it's going to be hard as fuck, to keep him from getting upfield as you open that hip more and more. You got to just turn and drive block him at some point. And
once
then
he gets upfield on you, you have no recourse to anything coming back towards you.
As soon as he sees
nothing you can do.
He's coming right behind that 3 technique. And there's nothing
right
either
here,
to do.
That's what he sees. Now they're fucked. He can't come off on this. He doesn't have any way. He has to literally launch himself in here to take over this guy, which is going to be hard to do. And he's actually able to get it off.
75 right there.
Yeah, 75. Yeah, he gave him that. He launched himself in. It allowed him to actually plant and push, which that's a good recovery because it didn't look like they were going to be able to do it initially because he's so committed into this. Now, one thing that this guy right here didn't do that I just saw him try to do late was when you're this penetrator here, a lot of times when you miss that rip, what they'll do is they'll hook under the arm and they'll start to lift the guard from his left side. That's what he tried to do late. Now, if he tried to do that a step earlier, now you got a problem because if he tries to do that a step earlier, he's coming on, he's balancing on his right leg while this guy's going around. That's what a good pass rushing D line would do to you. Now, right here, this guy's a good rusher, but he does it late. And this guy and his tackle does a good job of burying himself in there to push him off, and he's able to recover it. Now, again, what happens here? Your quarterback still gets hit. He doesn't take much of a hit, but those kind of things turn into bigger things if you don't solidify the technique on that game right there. And, looking over here on the left side, they got a game here. And actually, this is not a bad job. He set out way too far again, but he's keeping inside leverage on this pass set, and he's able to pass this motherfucker off. And that's good. They don't run this very well, to be honest.
Yeah, this one's not set up good.
You can tell this is a setup. If I'm a guard, I'm already like, why is he juking his way down into this pass rush? Juke. Okay, I know what's coming here. Knock him out. He's gonna bounce off and knock out there. Good job passing it. But like I said, you don't want to set too far out there. Again, we saw what happened with good rushers. Now here, not a great rush. Like I said, these guys aren't pass rushers. There's a reason why their secondary be getting smoked. But still, look, that's good. He got his hands into this dude immediately. A little bit high, but he got him there. It's good right here. He already engaged, has him having to lift an arm off because he's got an arm under it, which is good. That's good. They're running the game right here. It looks like it's going to be an ET.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's going to try and bury he's aiming for this hip to knock through and get to the quarterback.
Ooh.
And that's what the fuck you do to his ass. That's what you do to him right there. I like that. That's what you do to him, bitch.
Damn.
That's what you do. And you know what? He knew he was going to do that.
Yeah,
he sees that in his peripheral, and he knows all he has to do. He doesn't have to disengage and run at this guy. He needs to turn and plant and just fire his hips forward just a little bit. Yeah, right there.
Not up in here.
Bury him. And that's textbook. Look, he's even looking like, God damn. All right, bitch, sit. That's how you do it. That's textbook right there. And this tackle does a good job here. Look at his set. He gets vertical. I don't like the fucking chippity chop, but that's how he keeps himself from oversetting it. Is keeping his feet as close to the ground and chopping it as he can. But what he does good here is he's reading that. He stays square enough. He's turned a little bit here, but he stayed square enough to be able to react. And he's back on top of that.
And
that's a damn good job right there.
And you have time for that looper. It's more important to shut up.
Yeah, you got more time. It's going to take this guy forever to get out here and do that.
So you got to shut up that penetrator. Yep. He does a pretty good job here. So all in all, I'd love to see that dude get planted like that.
Yeah, that's to me, that's plus. The whole, you get a plus for everything on this.
That's going to give an O-line. That kind of shit gives an O-line coach an erection.
Oh yeah, they get crunk. I got crunk. You see, I just got crunk thinking just talk because that's what it's supposed to look like. I see too much of this shit in the NFL now where they can't. You'll never see that. Look, he tried. Hey, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Let him know you're gonna gore him if he try to get up, bitch. Ooh.
Do that shit again.
That's good. Okay. It worked. Oh, look at the pass. Oh my gosh. Look at the pass. Pocket presence. Yeet, right there.
Ooh, that was close.
It was close, but that was on. You had to be accurate for it to be good.
Yeah, horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yep, that was a damn good pass. Now here, let's take a look at 74. This is a better vertical set. That's better. That's what we want.
Yeah, dragging off that 372.
You got time. Now don't get too stacked right here, because if he goes long shoulder, that can cause problems.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to do this. That's what I don't want to see you do. Open your hips up and turn on it. Just keep your set. That's all you got to do. Keep your set. Keep kicking, nigga. Keep kicking and shoot your outside arm and then bring this arm in and hook it under his armpit right there. And you got it. Running back saves
him right there.
He saves it because I'm not sure what was going to happen there, but you were not in a good position to take this on. See, this dude is just not a good rusher. If this was Micah Parsons, my God, that might have been ugly. But
as soon as that right shoulder turns right here, spin it inside.
Yes. Because look, he's committing immediately to lean into him. Don't lean into people to block him. Don't lean into him. Strike them like a boxer and snatch their ass like a bouncer. Strike them and snatch it. Because he hits him, and what's he doing? He's falling around. Your legs are all over or off the ground. But then I'd say, look at this over here. You can always see a little bit of the difference here. Everything here, how much did he have to move to do that? He's doing the same thing you're doing. The same thing. And he stays square to the line, still has a stagger, and he's able to just plant and get himself. I mean, and look, he's holding a little bit, but shit, it's hey, this is fucking football.
You can call that just about every play.
You know what I mean? This is somebody who's aware right here. He feels this defender and he takes him over, letting his guard pick up this guy. Now the guard, again, I don't like how this is what we were taught when I was playing. You do not want to get when you feel like it's going to be a game. You don't want to get too into this to where it turns you. You want to try and stay as square as you can. It's not going to always happen, and this isn't a bad job by him at all. It's just that to make it a little bit easier, you want to kind of keep some kind of relevance to the field because he should be on a vertical set that's straight up enough where you can just go lateral to pick this up. I mean, and shit, man, real talk. If I had a play that I could pull up from when I was playing, off of I got to use the European Game Pass site because the US one is garbage. But if I had my VPN on, I would, maybe on Wednesday I'll pull one up just to show because I got some knockers. I got some knockers on my film.
Ideally, you want to snap that so hard that it propels you back inside.
Yes. You want to and that's why it's important when you set to get your hands on these motherfuckers. Because once he starts doing this, we played against the Seahawks and I had this exact same thing. And I threw him into him, knocked him down. They're just laying there. This was what's his name? The DT Bennett from Seattle. The one who wore the fucking weird shoulder pads. Bro, put pads on.
Cut way in here.
Yeah.
Michael Bennett.
And I had this cat swinging, trying to punch me in the face because I threw him into his linebacker and they both fell down on the first play of the game or second play of the game. I mean, it's like if you get a hand on these cats, you don't understand how you can really use him. I would do that a lot. If I got my hands on you, I would use you to block somebody else if I could, if the chance arose. But he does a good job here recovering. That's a good job. But the problem, again, is because you had to make that drastic turn to pick him up, now you're turned again, and your hip's going to be open because that's all you can do. Luckily, your center, presence of mind, good here to stunt that because that could have been a problem. Could have been a problem. That's why he's there, though. That's why he's there. You're supposed to be helping. This is a very good job. Very good job of keeping your eyes up and keeping looking around. And it's happening fast as shit now. That's happening fast. And he just got a little pop on him, but that was enough.
That's all you need.
And then you got Trevor. Trevor was good enough to roll away from it. All right. Now this here, your running back actually, your running back does a good job here because he has to, that's a scat. That's a scat right there. So he has to actually go against the protection. He's going against the protection to pick up an outside man, which that's hard. Okay, look who's okay. Keep running. Keep running. Don't stop. Play ain't over yet. Keep going.
That's called effort.
Keep going. That's effort right there. That's effort. That's bare minimum that they ask. Just give effort. So good job. Next play. Okay, running a bootleg. That should be a plus for everybody. Don't fuck that
across
up.
The board.
Don't fuck that up. That should be a plus for everybody.
Elephants on parade.
Oh, tight ends. And oh my goodness. Look at the pass. Look at the pass. Under pressure. Yeek. Money. And he fucking dropped it. That's why I said, yes, they're playing up right now as receivers, as a core. But they still need a guy who catches this every time. And they ain't got that right now. All right, here we go. This should be the last one looking at here. This is just, okay. See, okay, so this right here, this is what I call, that's good right there. That's good. I didn't like the way he set. The way he sets pisses me off. I'm not going to lie. Because look at all this. Look at what you're giving the defender right here. Nobody else is giving this much space to work with as you are. This tackle here is not giving this space. You're giving him 2 yards to beat you inside. And that's the quickest route to the quarterback. Now, what he does do that's really good here is he's overset and he's got his feet in the ground and he sees that this guy, I mean, he's telegraphing that he's going this way. So you got to redirect laterally. You can't redirect. You can't try and cut him off because you're just going to give him another way to come back this way. You got to go flat here. So you take him flat. And then he'll try and counter back out, and you stay with them coming back out. So let's see what he gets here. Okay, good job. Now, this is the problem. Don't lose your base. Don't lose your base. And then look, that's easier said than done, but you have to drill. You have to drill this. You have to drill where you have to react and redirect laterally, stop a guy, and then get back into the stagger of your set so that you have strength and a base to sit under. You don't have a base right here. And now this is an opening for the quarterback to be hit. And these are little, this is something that it's little when you're looking at it and you don't know that this is a position right now when you have your feet stacked up like this, that you have no ability to stop a counter. None. The only way you can stop a counter is to open your hips and allow for more space for them to run through and then try to run them. But at that point,
you got to run them right in the quarterback.
Come on. This is, again, they're not going to say he got sacked or even maybe won't even say he got hit on this. They might just say he got pressured. Maybe. But that's not good because this might happen this time. He got it off fine. But 3 more times like that, which one of those is he going to? I mean, hell, he gets hit. He gets hit. Now, if he's a step faster on the D-line and he's a step faster, they bat that ball down or they're able to collide and hit him as he's throwing. And you never know what happens. Quarterbacks' hands are fragile things.
Right. And we both know it's a copycat league, so they're going to see a lot more of this.
I mean, look where he put the ball.
Until they get it stopped, they're going to see this.
And then that's why they were getting it this entire game. And they were barely hanging on. And this is not a pass rushing defense. That's why they're doing a lot of this because they're not great at just rushing. So they're going to run games to try and create lanes to run through. And that's what they do here. An ET should never make it, ever, in my opinion, especially when he's coming from this far out. Look where he's coming from. An ET from this far should never make it. Should never make it to the
It's going to take you half a second just to get to the damn guard.
It's going to take you a second to get over here. And by that time, like, I'm waiting on you. I'm like, okay, I see. He's barely rushing, so I know he's getting ready to take off. I mean, look, this dude isn't a pass rusher. Why the fuck would I even be worried about him? He's not a pass rusher. He is. Look where he's coming from. He's not going – they should not have been able to even get that close. But that's a damn hell of a pass by Trevor Lawrence.
That's impressive shit.
That cat, he's balling right now, man. I think right now, I argue he's the best quarterback in the league just in this week. He's the best quarterback this week in week 14 in the NFL. But, those are the things. Those are the little nuances in pass protection that, could still affect them in the future. But Trevor Lawrence is making all the throws. He's efficient. And, I mean, they know what they got. They got a franchise one with him now.